So, hi guys, how are you today? And welcome to Manu is to ACCA classes. So, as promised earlier in the earlier video, I have again come with you by bringing a new topic and a new video on Excel. And today, basically, the topic is on pivot tables. As most of you are familiar with this term pivot tables, and mostly it is used in Excel make our reports much more summarized. And when we have to deal with lots of data where we have like millions of rows and columns to analyze the data, it is very difficult to do in a simple using simple methods in Excel. So we have a better function in Excel called pivot tables that helps us to summarize our data. So let's discuss on the pivot table, and let's see how we can use pivot tables to make our reports much better. So just let's go into the data itself. So I have this order table here, order sheet you can see here. I have lots of data available. This is a dummy data I have taken, and this is basically data related to customer shipping mode, the sales data. Basically this is the sales data, and you can see that we have lots of rows and columns we have here. So you can see order ID is there, order date is there, you have shipment date, shipping mode is there, you have customer name, customer ID, everything is there, from which country the consumer is buying, a city name is there, you have product name, subcategory, category, everything is here. So all the details that you can find in a sales table, you can find here. You have sales, total sales figure here as well, and you have quantity as well, what is the discount, profit, and everything. And you can see we have lots of millions rows of data. So you can see, if you just scroll down, you can see there are lots of data, right? A huge sum of data. If I'll just go down, then you can see we have around 9,994 records of sales data from different years, right? So to summarize all those data, it is very difficult. Sometimes it's very difficult to summarize the data, and for that we have actually Excel called pivot tables. By the help of pivot tables, we can use this pivot table, and summarize our data. So let's see how it works, where we can get pivot table, how we can get pivot table in Excel, right? And then we will use the pivot table in this data to summarize our reports as per our requirement, right? So first of all, you have to have your data. You already have data, right? I have my data here. So now I want to insert pivot table here. So for that, you just go to insert tab, and you can see pivot table here, right? You can see the pivot table, and you just want to do is you just click on the arrow here, and you can see it is asking from table range from external data source. Now we already have our table of data in the Excel sheet only, so we'll select this option from table range. If our data is from external source, that means if you are selecting your data that is somewhere else, you can click on from external data source. Excuse me. Now we already have data here, so we'll just click on the from table range. Okay, so now it is saying it is saying that what is the table range that you want to select, right? You can see here, select a table or range. Basically it is Excel is asking that which table or which data do you want to select. So Excel what automatically does is it will select all those data that you currently have in your sheets, right? You can see this is the name of the table, orders, and it is selecting from cell A1, that is A1, this A1 till U995, means last of the cell is U995. Basically it is selecting all of those data that is available right now. So U, that is 994, right? So that is 995, 995. So this is how we can select data. You can also uncheck this option and just delete this option, and you can select as per your requirement, because if you don't want to select all those information, just you can for example, I just want to from column A till column M. So what I'll do is I'll just select this data only. See, I can do that as well. So this is the option that you have in Excel. So for now, I'll select all those the full table data. So I'll just delete it, and I'll select all the data in the table. Okay, now all the data has been selected. Now it is asking me choose where you want to the pivot table to be placed. Means that it is asking me if I want to create a new worksheet, or if I want to put in a existing worksheet. Basically, new I want to keep it in a new worksheet, right? So I'll just put that uh, option checked and just okay. Click on OK. So see, okay, now you have a new sheet that you see it is opening. Now here you can see basically this is the pivot table, and it is saying that to build a report, choose fields from the pivot table fields, right? So this is where you have to make your reports, and this is the fields that is coming from the table that we have just selected, right? We have all the headings, right? All the headings that we had in this order table. You can see the headings. Basically, I'll just read out for you so you can understand better. So what we have is, here is row ID, order date, all the test ship date. So all those headings are available. Now we have available here in pivot table fields, right? This is the pivot table fields, and we have a row ID is there, order ID is there, order date is there. So all those table headings we can find here, right? And then we have below here is drag fields between areas below. So we have actually 4 fields where we have to put our put these headings to make our reports as per our requirement. So for example, we have filter option here, we have columns, we have rows, and we have values, right? These are the 4 boxes where we have to actually play and put all those put whatever your requirement is, and you can make your reports. So these are the 4 boxes, and what we have to do is, for example, now my manager has asked me to make a report by region total sales, right? This is the requirement of this is the report requirement, right? By region I need to see what is the total amount of sales, right? Now in this report I cannot just say that okay, this is the by region total amount, total sales amount, right? I don't know. I have to work like lots of things I have to work to see these reports, right? But to see the total sales by region. So what I'll do is, I'll just region or state, basically state you can say, by state. Okay, we have by state, region or region, this is state, right? Okay, so by state I want to see the total sales. Now the manager has asked me that state should be here, state 1, state 2, state 1, state 2, like this, and sales should be here, sales, right? This is the how the format of the report should be look like, right? For this report, to make this report, it is very easy to do in pivot. So what I will do is, I'll just find for the state, right? So I want a state in rows, right? All the states should be in rows. This is the format of the report. So I'll just go here and see. I'll select this state and drag the state into rows. See, when I did that, all the states are now coming here, right? You can see all those 50 states from the United States, all are here available, right? Simple, just drag. And then what I'll do is, I'll put the sales. Now I want is sales amount. So what is the sales amount? So this is the sales, right? I'll put the sales into values, right? That's it. See, you have now the summarized version of this. You can know what is the total sales by each region, right? By each state. California, you have the sales. You have by Florida, you have the sales. For all the regions, we have sales here. Right? Very simple to use pivot tables. Very easy to use pivot tables. You can play around this. Like, for example, now I want to make this report more detailed. So what I'll do is, I want by category. So for example, by state and then by category. So I want to know which category is being sold in each of the states and what is the sales amount, basically. So what I'll do is, I'll just click on the category and put it in the columns. So see, I have three categories available, and by region I am getting the data, right? So Alabama, I have furniture 6,332 sales amount. In office supplies in Alabama we have 4,200. Technology 8,969. So total I have 19,510. You can see by state, by and by category, right? So this is very simple and easy to use. When you are using pivot tables, it makes your life easier. You can now you can do lots of things. So basically these are the things, these are the four, the fields, field areas basically where you want to play around to make your reports. Now for example, uh, I want to by customer. For example, I want to see by customer. I want to filter out by customer. So for example, I'll just put the customer name in filter, right? And I want to filter with for a specific customers, right? So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and select. For example, I want to say Adrian Barton total sales. So I'll just click on here and see. So the customer Adrian Barton has purchased from Arizona, from furnitures, office supplies, and technology. Right, from Illinois he has purchased technology only. From Indiana he has purchased office supplies again. From Kentucky he has purchased furniture and office supplies. So see, very easy, right? You can filter out. So this is the filter options that we have. I have tagged the customer name into the filter pane here, and just like that, I can select each of the customers that I want to see. For example, I want to see Alex, what Alex has done. So I just click on the I will checkbox and then click OK and see. I can see the those information here, right? I think you can see the data or not. Okay, I'll make it bigger, little much bigger. Okay, now it is fine. Okay, so you can see very easy to use pivot tables, right? And one thing you have noticed that when I click my cursor outside of this pivot table, the pivot table option is gone, right? You can see we don't have pivot table option. So how to bring that options right again? So what you can do, just put your cursor again back to the table. See, you can get the pivot table fields from here, right? So this is very easy and simple to use pivot tables. You can play around, you can make reports as per your requirement, right? So this is all about pivot table fields. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can comment on the in this video, and I'll try to answer those questions. And for such more informative videos, you can like, share, and subscribe this channel. Manu Issue ACCA classes. We bring you quality contents on ACCA subjects and as well as on Excel. So see you in the next video. Thank you.